Rockets are our ticket to the stars, pushing against Earth's gravity with incredible power. For decades, launching rockets was difficult and extremely expensive. Each rocket could only be used once. Imagine building a new car for every trip. That's what space travel was like. Only a few countries could afford it, making each launch a major event. Then SpaceX changed everything with the idea of reusable rockets. Suddenly space travel became cheaper and more frequent. SpaceX, led by Elon Musk, proved rockets could land safely, be refueled, and fly again. This breakthrough started a new era, a modern space race. Now countries and companies worldwide are racing to build their own reusable rockets. China is one of the biggest players with ambitions to send astronauts to the Moon and Mars. They're closely watching SpaceX's success. Today, we'll explore China's new rockets and how their designs mirror SpaceX. Is copying the fastest way to advance, or is innovation the key? Let's dive into the world of rockets and see what the future holds for our journey to the stars. The new space age is here, and it's more exciting than ever. The competition is fierce, and the stakes are higher than ever. Let's get started. China's main rocket family, the Long March, has launched satellites and probes for decades. Their next leap is the Long March 9, a rocket originally designed as a massive single-use three-stage vehicle. But in late 2024, China revealed a dramatic redesign. A fully reusable two-stage rocket that looks strikingly like SpaceX's Starship. This shift signals China's commitment to reusability, following the path blazed by SpaceX. The new Long March 9 will stand about 374 feet tall, matching Starship's scale. Its first flight is planned for around 2033. This isn't just an upgrade, it's a complete reinvention requiring new engines, materials, and launch techniques. China is betting big on reusability as the future of space travel. The world is watching to see if they can match SpaceX's achievements. Moving from disposable to reusable rockets is a massive engineering challenge. China's engineers are racing to catch up, learning from SpaceX's years of trial and error. The new Long March 9 is China's boldest step yet in the new space race. Success would secure China's place in the next era of space exploration. The stakes are high and the timeline is ambitious. Will China's Starship rival take flight? The answer could reshape the future of space travel. The race is on. Let's see how China's new rocket stacks up. The new Long March 9's design is almost a mirror image of SpaceX's Starship. Both are two-stage rockets. A giant booster lifts a spaceship that carries people or cargo. After launch, the booster returns to Earth for reuse, while the upper stage continues its mission. Both rockets use large aerodynamic flaps to control descent and enable soft landings. The fuel choice is also identical: methane and liquid oxygen, or methalox. Methane burns cleaner, making engines easier to reuse, and can even be produced on Mars. By adopting methalox, China is copying not just a rocket, but a long-term strategy for interplanetary travel. The overall look, sleek metal bodies, pointed nose cones, makes the two rockets nearly indistinguishable. This isn't accidental. China is clearly replicating SpaceX's proven formula. The similarities go beyond appearance. They extend to engineering philosophy. China is betting that following SpaceX's blueprint will fast-track their progress. But copying a design is only the first step. Mastering reusability is a much bigger challenge. The real test will be whether China can make this system work reliably. The world is watching to see if China's Starship twin can deliver. Innovation or imitation? Which will win the new space race? The answer will shape the next chapter of space exploration. Let's look under the hood at the engines powering this revolution. Engines are the heart of any rocket, and China's new YF-215 is key to the Long March 9. 30 YF-215 engines will power the first stage booster using the same methalox fuel as SpaceX's Raptor. This marks a major technological leap for China, which has relied on older fuels until now. Building a powerful, reusable methalox engine is a huge challenge. The YF-215 must withstand extreme temperatures and pressures and work flawlessly with thousands of moving parts. China is investing heavily in testing and perfecting this engine. The goal: 200 tons of thrust per engine, enough to lift their Starship-like rocket. Without a reliable engine, the new Long March 9 can't get off the ground. The YF-215's success is critical for China's moon ambitions. Rocket experts worldwide are watching these developments closely. If China can master this engine, they'll be a major contender in the new space age. But how does the YF-215 compare to SpaceX's Raptor? Let's find out. The engine race is just as fierce as the rocket race. Comparing China's YF-215 to SpaceX's Raptor 3 reveals key differences. Both use methalox fuel, but the Raptor 3 produces about 280 tons of thrust, far more than the YF-215's 200 tons. This means SpaceX needs fewer engines for more power, making their system more efficient. The Raptor uses advanced full-flow staged combustion, squeezing maximum energy from its fuel. It's unclear if the YF-215 matches this complexity. It likely uses a simpler, less efficient design. SpaceX's technological lead is clear. They've spent over a decade refining the Raptor, building and testing hundreds. China is just beginning this journey, and their engine is less powerful and likely less advanced. Copying the basics is one thing, matching performance is much harder. The YF-215 is a big step for China, but the Raptor remains ahead. The engine race highlights the challenge of catching up through imitation. True innovation is what sets leaders apart. China's progress is impressive, but the gap remains. Will they close it, or will SpaceX pull further ahead? The answer will define the next era of rocket technology. Let's see how this pattern of imitation extends beyond engines. China's imitation of SpaceX goes beyond rockets. It includes clever innovations like landing systems. After SpaceX's Mechazilla chopstick arms caught a booster, a Chinese company quickly unveiled a nearly identical system. Chinese startups have also revealed rockets that closely resemble SpaceX's Falcon 9, right down to the landing legs. Even before the latest Long March 9, China's main rocket builder showed concepts mimicking Starship. As SpaceX's designs evolve, so do the Chinese copies. The strategy is clear: let SpaceX take the risks, then follow their successes. This approach saves time and money but means always playing catch-up. China is watching every move SpaceX makes, adapting quickly. The question remains, can following ever lead to true leadership? The race is about more than just hardware, it's about who sets the pace. The rocket rivalry is part of a bigger story, a new race to the moon. Both the US and China aim to send astronauts back, not just for flags but to build lasting lunar bases. Rockets like Starship and Long March 9 are the keys to these ambitions. NASA's Artemis program with SpaceX's Starship targets a crewed moon landing by 2026, years ahead of China. China plans to land taikonauts by 2030, using the Long March 10 for initial missions, and the Starship-like Long March 9 for building a lunar base. This is a two-step plan: land first, then establish a permanent presence. The moon's resources, like water ice, could fuel future missions to Mars. The first nation to build a base could dominate the next phase of space exploration. That's why both countries are investing so heavily in rockets. The stakes are about more than pride. They're about the future of humanity in space. The moon is the new frontier, and the race is on. Who will get there first and who will stay? The answer could shape the next century. The competition is just beginning. China's strategy of copying SpaceX raises a big question. Is imitation the best way to catch up? Copying can save time and money, letting you skip costly mistakes. But as expert Lynn Kaiser notes, copycats are always a decade behind. By the time you finish your copy, the leader has already moved on. SpaceX is constantly innovating, improving engines and manufacturing. True breakthroughs come from new ideas, not just replication. Enter artificial intelligence. Companies like Leap71 use AI to design rocket engines in days, not years. Their AI, Neuron, creates lighter, stronger, more efficient parts. True innovation, not imitation. Leap71 aims to leapfrog SpaceX with advanced engines, not copies. The real race is between following and inventing. For China and others, the choice is clear. Follow the path or blaze a new one. The future belongs to the innovators. Let's see what that means for space travel. We're living in a thrilling era for space exploration. Reusable rockets have opened the solar system like never before. China's new Long March 9 is a tribute to SpaceX's vision, but also a lesson. Copying helps you catch up, but not lead. True progress comes from bold ideas and relentless innovation. SpaceX changed the game by imagining a different future and building it. The next leap in space will come from those who dare to dream bigger. The race to the moon and beyond will be won by creators, not copycats. As we look to the stars, our greatest tool is creativity. Let's celebrate every launch, but cheer loudest for the innovators. The future of space travel is unwritten, waiting for the next generation to write it.